Hey guys, today we're going to do a resin art project because I'm quite interested to see how these Alumilite fluorescent dyes look in a resin art project. This is my second attempt. The first one kind of failed a little bit. You can see in the box there is some interesting color mixtures here. But the problem I had with the first one is that I wanted to kind of base coat the wood in either white or black, and we might do a couple different variations. But I didn't mix enough of the white resin to really cover the wood. And just to kind of show you, I went ahead and got two 2x2s of plywood from Home Depot. They were about 5 something a piece. And then I had them just cut them down to 1x1s. So we'll have lots of room for failure. I'm sure this will go flawlessly because I've never done resin art before. Another thing I want to show you is this 3D printed mixer. Which I printed out in PET G. Which looks like it'll work fine. And let's see. The epoxy we're going to be using is this East Coast Resin tabletop epoxy resin, which has a 35-minute work time. Should be plenty for what we're trying to do. And for the box, I'm just propping up the wood on something printed in PLA. Could be anything though. And then the box is just a cardboard box that I taped profusely to make sure resin doesn't pour out of it. So I'll show, no matter how many failures we have, I'll show the kind of results at the end of the video. But I need to put on some gloves and probably start mixing up some resin here. By the way, any tools I create, like this one, they'll be available, the print files will be available on my website for free for anybody who needs them, if you can print them out yourself. If you can't print them out, I'll probably have them up for sale as well, already printed. So what I'm going to do first is I'll mix up the base coat, which I'm going to make black this time. And then we'll put the base coat on. And then we'll let that dry and harden up a little bit. Then we'll come back and we'll try the fluorescent colors on top of that. With this resin, the second part, or the thicker part, is really thick. What I got here is a heat gun, and I'm just going to use this to kind of push it around and try to make it a little bit level. And the heat gun will help with bubbles too, but I'm going to hit this a few times, probably off camera, with the butane torch as well. All right, we'll be back once this dries, and we'll work on the fluorescence. Okay, guys, it's the next day, and the black resin has mostly cured. So we're going to go ahead and pour on what I mixed up is 50 grams of each of these fluorescent colors and the white. And I'll kind of pour them on slowly. It's, new territory for me, so we'll figure out exactly what works and what doesn't. So I'd like to get the red and the yellow kind of close together. And a little bit of the white. And the green. Also, I figured out sort of the cost for making this piece. The wood is $1. It's about $7 worth of that resin. And that resin is, I think, $65, including shipping, for a gallon. Then another $1 to $2 in dyes. And you'll have some miscellaneous expenses in there, so assume another $1 or $2. So I would say probably $10 to make this project. And I can see that we're definitely tilted to the right a little bit, so try to balance that off. And I'll use a heat gun to sort of spread it around. And the heat gun's also going to help it to flow whatever direction I tilt the box. So I think this one has a little bit, maybe too much of just white. And I think I'll do another video on this, trying to mix the white with some of the translucent colors. And then pour that and kind of see how it comes out. Maybe it'll come out more like the way this box looks. So we'll play around, but I'm going to let this dry. And then I'll come back and show you what this one looks like when it's done and what the original one that I consider a failure looks like. So I'd appreciate it, guys, if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel. That'll help me out quite a bit in getting my channel started. And we'll be back probably tomorrow to see what these look like. Hey guys, I'm back, and this is just a reveal for the original ones. This is the first one that I did, and as you can tell, the kind of white that was supposed to be a base coat didn't really stick too well, but I did start to notice that the white between the fluorescent colors there kind of helped the design look a little bit more organic, if you will. So the other one changed quite significantly since you last saw it. And it's still a tiny bit tacky, but I think it looks pretty cool. You might be able to tell there's quite a few surface defects, and that's mostly from sort of dust falling on it. And I have an idea for my next one. You can also see that there's kind of sloping lines in the corners, and that's because this particular piece of wood is bowed. So I have the other pieces of wood clamped up with a few clamps to try to straighten them out. And I think next time I'm also going to use a tub so that I can put the cover over the painting. And I'll also try to mix the white with some of the fluorescence, still with the black base, but we'll try that. We'll also try the Alumilite resin, see if that works any better, because it's a lot thinner. It'll flow a lot easier. So we'll see. But that's it for this video. I'll do a little bit of a close-up on this, maybe some pictures, and keep an eye out for the next one. Thanks for watching.